50 years and a day after the Chicago Bears in the NFL title game went to Griffith Stadium in Washington, D.C. and edged the Redskins 73-0, the Redskins tried to get a little revenge. Took them a while. Took them 50 years to score a point, right? Well, it looked that way for a while because the Bears were playing defense, and Hazelite was at the game 50 years ago, and she didn't like this because in that game 50 years ago, the Bears made 8 interceptions. They picked up Mark Rippon 3 times in the first half. There's one for Mark Carrier. Ricky Sanders drops it. Carrier with another interception. Then we'll try Gary Clark. Rippon doesn't read the defense. Donnell Wolford makes the pick. Kevin Butler kicked 3 field goals after the 3 interceptions, and the Bears led it 9-0 at the half. Rippon still looked for his posse. Here he finds Ricky Sanders. Here he drills one to Art Monk. Beautiful sliding catch. And then to Gary Clark. And finally, the Redskins have scored a touchdown. It's a 9-7 game. Rippon might not be the GOAT. Gary Clark running down the sidelines to get the fans wild. The Bears met the challenge. Jim Harbaugh. Unbelievable toss to Wendell Davis to keep the drive alive. Kevin Butler from 46. No, off the upright. Might get to, oh, he's calm and relaxed because his team is up 9-7. But Mark Rippon trying to gun it deep. Intercepted by Marcus Paul. But on the return, there's a fumble. Joe Gibbs can't buy a break. The Redskins defense holding tough with all sorts of implements. Rippon looking deep for Gary Clark. Carrier makes his 3rd interception of the day. So Rippon picked off 5 times on the afternoon. But Joe Gibbs also has a defense. And then here's a punt from Mort Buford. Brian Mitchell, the sometimes quarterback, pretty good returner, gets the Skins in good field position. 5 minutes to go in the game. 54-yard field goal from Chip Lohmiller. No good. And the Bears still lead it 9-7. Next play, Brad Muster fumbles the football. Redskins get their break. As it's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, they fall on it. Greg Minuski and the Redskins smell a victory with 2:14 to go. This time from 35. Chip Lohmiller. Good. Redskins lead it 10-9. And Ditka pacing the sidelines. Kevin Butler hoping to get his chance for the win. Harbaugh is intercepted by A.J. Johnson. And the Redskins are forced to punt. Bears have one last chance. Harbaugh on the 46, 11 seconds to go. But Charles Mann sacks him to end the ball game. And the Washington Redskins defeat the Chicago Bears by a count of 10-9. And this one was a slugfest. You had a feeling it would be axed. The Redskins finally come out on top.
Well, when you have 5 interceptions and hold the other team to only 3 field goals, that is defense. The Redskins played with tremendous intensity. I think it was a message to Joe Theismann. If Joe Gibbs is burned out, Joe, can you spare me a match?
And, Pete, I've been in games like this where, for one reason or another, the offense just can't get things started. Great job today by the Washington defense of standing up against those turnovers, especially Darrell Green. I think we forget how good a defensive back he is.
And what that means overall is that the 49ers essentially have a 2-game lead with 3 to go for the overall home field advantage in the NFC playoff picture. And we'll have more on that in a moment. But keep in mind, the Bears, with the loss, gives them now 3 on the year. 100-yard rushers for the 2nd straight week. Ernest Biner hits the century mark. He had 121. Axe's hero with 117. Derek Benner had a big day for Seattle, had 112 yards. And Gil Benete over the C-note. As far as passers go, 0 for 2. The E guys. Everett and Elway were the L guys. We'll be back.